Hello, everybody. Welcome to TOI Sports Digital. We are back again with our daily video on the India tour of England. Beyond the Boundaries, the name of the show. I've got a power-packed panel with me today. Avijit Ghosh joins us from Delhi. Arani Bose also joins us from Delhi. We've got
Basu.
Dwaipe and Datta. Arani Basu joins us from Delhi. We've got Dwaipe and Datta joining us from Chennai. And we also have Nitin Naik joining us from Mumbai. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today. This time, yesterday, when we spoke, everybody was very, very hopeful about the situation that the Indian team is in. But since then, all the worst players have come true. I want to go straight to Dwaipen, who was the most hopeful of the lot yesterday and right through in the build-up to the series. Dwaipen, the India tail didn't wag yet again. The bowling flattered. The bowling was very disappointing. The easy runs are offered because that's the way England bats. Is it all doom and gloom looking at the rest of the series for India?
No, I don't think so. It's not even doom and gloom for this test because the new ball is 5 overs away and there could still be a lead of about 75-80 runs on offer. Jamie Smith there has been 4 dropped catches. If those catches and 1 catch happened of a no ball, if those chances had been taken, they would have been all out by now. It hasn't happened, but India is pretty much in the game. I don't think they are too far off it. The new ball is in 5 overs time, and in India, I think is still in for about a 75 run lead. I I, I I don't see anything to be too pessimistic about it at this point of time.
Uh, uh, Nitin, I want to come to you. Uh, do we underestimate England's baseball approach basis what happened last year in England, and that's why we the results are disappointing for some. Are we? Can we be accused of doing that?
No, I think we underestimated their bowling attack and we overestimated our bowling attack. Uh, I think there was too much euphoria made around the fact that England's bowlers, maybe that judgment was correct, that Woakes and in the absence of Archer and in the absence of Wood, their bowling attack is depleted. But but we fail to we fail to kind of judge that our bowling attack also barring Bumrah is it's not great. I mean Siraj really disappointed. I mean he got Ben Stokes out today, bowled a decent second spell yesterday. But with the new ball, I think that's when you need the along when Bumrah is bowling and going great guns at one end. That's when you need the backup support for him to bowl. I mean, we keep on harping the fact that Bumrah should not be overworked, should not be overworked. But if the others bowl so poorly, then he is bound to be overworked. And we see now even with Shubman Gill, even with this with the old ball, and despite knowing that in the second new ball they'll be needing him, he's been forced to bowl before lunch because the other bowlers have disappointed. Very disappointed with Prasidh Krishna, the kind of lengths that he has bowled. He's been bowling a white ball length, that too on an Indian pitch length, and maybe they all are undercooked for red ball cricket. Bumrah is a genius. He just knows what length to bowl on what surface, just as if he's programmed to do it. But the others, I'm sorry, have been very disappointed.
Arani, what exactly is the role of Ravindra Jadeja and Shardul Thakur in this lineup?
Yeah,
For a while, it seemed that Shubman Gill forgot that Shardul Thakur is in the side. Yesterday, he came to ball in the 46th over. There was no. If this is going to be the usage of Shardul Thakur, you might have as well played Natish Kumar. Right?
the problem with the whole perception about Ravindra Jadeja being the superior option to Ashwin in overseas conditions happened because we had a stellar bowling attack, a pace attack at that time. We were looking at a spinner who would do the holding job and get a few more runs, extra runs down the order. That's how because that's all we wanted because Ashwin wasn't anyway running through sides at that time, and that entire brand of Ravindra Jadeja, the Test cricketer, was built on that. in overseas conditions, that he is our main guy when we tour abroad. But we forget even Shardul Thakur's success happened because there was Bumrah, Shami, Ishant, Umesh at that time whenever he used to come in. That pressure was so much. They used to build the pressure so much on the opposition that if you look at Shardul's wickets, whenever he got wickets and he got wickets in bunches, most of them wickets came off very poor balls, short wide outside the off stump, one down the leg side, one hoik the batsman played. That happened because the bowlers bowled really well. The frontline bowlers could could exert that pressure on that opposition. That's not happening. I'm sorry, means Siraj is becoming a bit of a worry now. He is forever becoming that, he has become that forever third bowler now. He has to graduate to that second bowler pedigree. He doesn't show that. He's struggling to hold a line. Fine, you may not be bowling those peach deliveries like what Shami would do, but the best thing you can do is have a plan, bowl to a plan. You know England is going to play, all of them are going to play attacking cricket. Keep it outside off stump. Let them come after you. It's again same that if they're bowling four good balls and they're giving away the fifth and sixth balls to England. So that's what is happening, and I fear if Bumrah's Test career will be cut short because of the lack of support that he's getting from the rest of the attack. That's the biggest concern for Indian cricket right now.
Abhijita, just wanting to go back to yesterday, when it seemed like India was pushing towards a 500 plus total. We've never seen in recent times. It seems like we need to consider that the 9, 10, 11 are not going to contribute at all in our lineup. It seems like they just land up there just wanting to hold the bat, and there is absolutely no contribution from 9, 10, 11. And there's always an excuse about it. There was a time when people like VVS Lakshman used to spend time with Ishant Sharma to work on their batting. But what do you feel about the lack of contribution from the lower order, which you won't see with England because their lower order will contribute?
Our last six batsmen have contributed 16 runs. We are playing with three or four number 11 batsmen. We have three rabbits in the team whom we don't expect really to contribute. This test, interestingly, reminds me of the 2022 Birmingham test. In that test also, we had scored 416 runs, and we gave England 377 to chase, 378 to chase, and they chased it down quite easily. And the worrying thing is that this attack is actually the same as the attack in that test, except for the fact that it was Shami there, and now we have Prasidh Krishna. So it's exactly the same attack. We had 377 runs to defend, and if we had won that test, we would have won the series 3-1. But look at how Siraj had bowled in that test. He had given away, in the fourth innings, he gave away 98 runs in 15 overs. Not only he was not taking wickets, but he was unable to control. Even Shardul. Right now, Shubman Gill is using Shardul as a sort of part-time bowler. He's not being used as a mainline bowler, and you cannot blame him because he doesn't seem to be having the confidence. The few overs that he has bowled, he doesn't seem to be just coming and trundling and bowling. So we are in some kind of a trouble. There is no denying that, because we have this situation where we have actually two very good bowlers in this team. One is Bumrah, the other is Kuldeep. But because of the fact that we have to play Jadeja, because we don't have the confidence in the batting, we are forced to keep out our best spinner outside. So it's a peculiar catch-22 situation for us, and we have to be a little bolder, I guess.
Dwaipan, just looking at the approach of the English batters, they've been very positive, very aggressive as they wanted Test cricket. Do you think even after such a big sample size in front of India, India has been caught unawares because apart from Bumrah, the others have really struggled to keep them in check. At one point, they were scoring at 6 runs and over. It's down to 4.2. So there's some pullback, but they're still scoring at a very fast clip. And they're ensuring that there's enough time for a result, because at the start of the test match, everybody said it's going to be a draw. I don't see a draw happening here.
India also scored in the at a rate of around 4. So 4 probably is the going rate on this pitch. Having said that, the thing about this England batting is that, like, this they almost get 100 runs. Like, if India has scored 500, at the rate at which they bat, they make it look like a 400, because they are always in that gear. And the only time they failed against India was in the India series, where the ball was turning. They had no clue and got out. So the on challenging pitches, this buzzball theory is a stupid theory. It doesn't work. But here, home conditions, good batting conditions for in the first innings. See, one thing we have to accept, that Bumrah, the rest of the attack is what it used to be earlier. The For years and years, MS Dhoni, I remember a test match in New Zealand for day 4, day 5 with Ishant Sharma, etc. They could not get Brendan McCullum, and Watling out. Brendan McCullum scored a triple hundred. So this has been the problem. The problem is Bumrah is ridiculously good, and the rest are as Indian pacers used to be. So that gulf has become so much that, like, one is so much better that we are expecting a lot too much out of the others, which is it is difficult to get, because now the second best bowler is gone. Shami was again one of a kind. That guy is also gone. So it is a difficult situation. Yes, I accept Siraj he has been disappointing, wobbly seam, etc. He sometimes bowls well, sometimes doesn't. Prasid bowling first time in England, he needs his length correction. And Shardul Thakur, quite clearly, Shubman Gill doesn't have the confidence in Shardul Thakur. As far as Jadeja is concerned, I am not as distressed as the others, because if it is a 350 360 chase in the fourth innings, on this pitch, Jadeja might come good, because there is some sharp turn from outside the left-handers off stump, which will uh, come into play. So if India manage to give England a target of 350 plus, I don't think India will lose this test match.
Nitin, but just building on that point about the pace attack, just looking at the effort put in during Kohli and Ravi Shastri's time to build a pace attack. India built a pace attack. India didn't win series abroad, but they looked like competing. It's a different matter that they only won one away series outside in Sena countries, but they look like building a pace attack. Do you think that the previous management, because the focus was so much on white ball tournaments, the accent on building a pace attack was less, and as a result, we are in this situation? Nitin, you're on mute.
I would also maybe blame it a bit on COVID and you know the absence of the A Tour program during those couple of years, which created that gap in terms of a talent pool. I think what you are saying is the talent pool of Siraj and all of them had played A level cricket. I think Siraj also had a tour of England here. I think they all of them played A-level cricket for about 2 years. And when the MCG test came, where he had to make the debut, and when a host of injuries happened in Australia, all of these guys were red ball ready, 4-day cricket ready to play and at a decent level. Maybe A-level cricket is not as high as international level, but they had the volume of deliveries bowled in the middle to know what length to bowl where. But with this lineup, I do not know how many overs Prasidh Krishna has clocked in. I mean, if you see all his lengths that he has bowled, he's bowled a very very wide ball T20 length, which in Test match cricket in England in Leeds, where the length is traditionally a little up, that will not work. And I think everyone is a little undercooked. We keep on saying that batters need uh, match practice to adjust to conditions. I think the same holds true for bowlers as well. I think the bowlers also need to bowl a certain amount of overs in foreign conditions with the Duke's ball hitting the right lengths. I think that has not quite happened, and I think we're going to have this issue. Firstly, we don't have the quality of the earlier seamers. Plus, I don't think the schedule is such that it allows the bowlers enough time before such an important tour to bowl the necessary amount of overs to be match ready. And I think this is exactly what we are seeing here now.
That's a good point. Orani, just coming to you on that point, you follow domestic and A-team cricket more than anybody else. Uh, what has stopped from A-team cricket taking off? Everybody's blaming COVID, but every other team seems to be playing A-team cricket. The number of A cricket series has reduced for India. In fact, sides like South Africa, West Indies, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, they're playing a lot more emerging team 4-day cricket as well. We saw that in Bangladesh when a Bangladesh and South Africa player came to blows as evidence of more cricket being played there. What is it because they want to save money? Is it because of that's how they want to plan it? What has been the reason for this?
See, when the eight was really surged for Indian cricket, there was Rahul Dravid at the helm there at NCA. He was doing that, and there was no BCCI functioning there. It was the COA, and Vinod Rai, the chairman of that COA, was always comfortable letting the cricketers take the calls, be it Virat Kohli, be it Ravi Shastri, be it Rahul Dravid. He just went by what they suggested. So he opened the gates for them. So you plan as many tours you want. Uh, He knew that BCCI has enough money, more than enough money to spend. So everything they played youth tests, under 19 youth tests. Shubman Gill and all they had played. I think three or four red ball matches at the under 19 level as well, traveling abroad. So that kind of grooming happened. After COVID, obviously, financial stress hit world cricket. And what happened at that time is that uh, the other boards could said that they could not afford to have host India A teams in their countries because the costs are so high. You don't have any media rights money there as well for A tours. What happened earlier was that India was putting a lot of probably half of the bill while touring abroad. So I think when the BCCI again came together, they wanted to play by the book and everything. That all, in between all of that, COVID and everything, this took up backseat. And obviously, we were completely over the moon with the results in Australia, then followed by the England tour, this emergence of Siraj and Shubman Gill and everything. We had that kind of arrogance. We developed that arrogance that we have enough pool. But yes, India has that pool, but we do not have that uh, that grooming school that was there that has been compromised at this time. Prasidh Krishna, for once, I think he's been playing for 10 years now. I don't think he's played more than 20, 25 first-class matches. Bumrah was a special case that he was picked out of the blue into the test team because he is a freak talent. Prasidh Krishna is not. So Prasidh Krishna doesn't have the legs in domestic cricket as well. Hasn't bowled. So it's not about him bowling IPL length and white ball length. That because that's the cricket that he has played. He's not played red ball cricket. He's not used to setting up batsmen. So that's the problem with Prasidh Krishna. Because I remember at that time when India was so confident and charged up with the pace battery that they had, all of a sudden Virat Kohli came at a post-match press conference presentation and just announced Prasidh Krishna's name. There's one Prasidh Krishna also, we can groom him because they saw that potential. So we thought that these are ready bowlers and we forgot to groom them again. So that's what happened. We just got carried away in our arrogance at that time and it's going to show. It's going to show. They have started doing it again. Again, we are playing on a youth test in England. VVS Lakshman is trying to. They're again. It has hit them. They're trying to work out more eight overs and everything, not just shadow tours, but they are trying to. They have realized that where they have gone wrong, and this is going to be a bit a longer process than what we think.
Avijita, just on that point, when you talk about red ball experience, a guy like Anshul Kamboj was sent back from the England tour. He was with the India A side. Mukesh Kumar started invoking karma on his Instagram stories, almost hinting that he should have been there because he has the red ball experience and the miles in his legs, like Orani mentioned. Have we missed a trick there with these two bowlers who are red ball specialists, so to say?
See, Paras Mamre had a lot of expectations from Mukesh Kumar, and he had spoken very highly of him. And Mukesh Kumar did show some potential. But you see, there is level of showing potential, but there has to be some kind of a step-by-step upward movement. In many of our bowlers who got the chance, that upward movement hasn't happened.
They plateaued.
You know, yeah, they see you cannot be a Bumrah, but you can reach the levels of Ishant Sharma and you can reach the levels of Mohammad Shami also. Siraj had that thing, but Siraj never raised that his game to that level. So somewhere he plateaued. You know, Siraj has played 7 tests in England. His average is 36, bowling average, 23 wickets. See, there is a lack of discipline in his bowling. You know, he has a lot of heart, but he should have some, that to get consistency and discipline, you should have some head also. And when you have played so many tests, you have now have 100 test wickets under your belt. That upward movement hasn't happened. You know, he's an on and off bowler, and he is not a very good bowler when you really need him. Like yesterday, after when Bumrah was bowling that great 3 or 4 hour spell, if he just had someone who could just hold the other end or do something, not spectacular but steady, we could have been in a different situation. But he gave away 25 runs in those 3 overs. Similarly, Mukesh didn't come up, and Akashdeep also, you see, finally Akashdeep's best spell is his first spell in Test cricket. He hasn't improved on that. So I think somewhere our fast bowlers are not raising their game. We can, there is no denying that probably better grooming would have helped. And it is true that the last 5 years of Ishant Sharma's bowling, was his best 5 years. After that great spell against Ponting, his game had come down. But the last 5 years, when he became mature, he became a much better bowler. So let us hope that these bowlers, raise their game and reach that level. But right now, we are in a spot of bother. We really don't have the bowlers who can, bowl with discipline, who bowl great overs, not a few great deliveries. We need bowlers who can bowl great spells, and when you really need them.
Dwepen, this is a dangerous phase in this test match because the English lower order will really hurt India. And apart from Bumrah, India doesn't have a bowler who can run through the tail. And that's a worry because Jamie Smith can score quickly. Harry Brook has already had a life. Jamie Smith has had a life. Both can score quickly. And then you have the others as well, the bowlers. They'll put a price on their wicket, unlike what the Indian tail did. So that's a worry for it. And the match could really get away from India right now.
Chandresh, about this tail wagging, I will just tell you one thing. It's always the case that the home team tail always wags because the home team is more accustomed to playing in those conditions. It has been the case in top level cricket everywhere. When cricket is played in India, you will see India's 7, 8, 9 scoring. Ashwin made a career out of scoring runs in India. So it is like that. So having said that, the new ball is due, and Yes, the new ball is due, and India has to strike with the new ball. That is mandatory. And another thing is, on this pitch where there are runs on offer in the first innings, there is no way you can drop four catches. Dropping four catches is criminal on a track like this. In 1990, we dropped Graham Gooch to allow him to score 333. So uh, it can happen in England when the sun is out, when the pitch is flat, every team is scoring 400. So you cannot drop catches. So catches have to be held. The new ball is around. So, and I hope catches are held, and we take the wickets and get them for in the 400ish range. It should not go beyond 400, 425, because after that it becomes tricky. Then it becomes an out and out second innings game where again England can come back strong. If Indian batting falters, England can come back strong.
Nitin, just looking at the situation of the test match, are you looking at it as glass half full or glass half empty?
I was never very hopeful, Chandresh, even when they scored those runs and there was this euphoria with three centurions. Um, there, apart from these three centuries and KL Rahul's 41, there are seven single-digit scores. Um, and I was very very pessimistic about our bowling attack. I just did not have the confidence that they will be able to land six deliveries at a spot, barring apart from Bumrah. I knew I somehow or the other I had that fear that something like this is going to happen. Even if India would have got around 520, 530, I think I knew that something like this would happen because they England's best chance is playing India on these kind of tracks. If they give tracks that are spicier, then our lesser bowlers become a little bit more lethal. Something like what happened with New Zealand when they toured India here. But England's best chance is to play India on these kind of tracks, expect their batters to flourish, and target India's weaker bowler. They know that they have to take care of only one end and one bowler, and the others they can just attack. And I think that's what will happen in this test too. I think even if India set a target of around 330 or 314 to chase in about 90 overs, I think England will get there.
Orani, do you share that the pessimism of Nitin about India and their bowling attack?
Yeah, it's a tricky situation. Let's not be very ignorant about it now. It's a tricky situation. It can see England might as well fold up in 50, 60 runs, and we may get a 100-run lead. But see, that 350 run target is now will be hard work for the batsmen also. It's not, they have to get it at a good clip as well. So you're looking at if England get close to 400, 450. So India need to get 350, 300, 320 again in 80 overs. So to force the issue, you cannot, and you know with this English batting that you cannot give them a lot of overs to chase 350 or 400. So you have to reduce the number of overs, maybe ask them to go harder at you and force them to make those mistakes. So I think with when a team plays this aggressive brand of cricket, then even if you have the lead, you will be under the pressure because you know if you slip up here, things can go bad really quickly. It's people talk about baseball, but I think this was started by the Australian team in the 2000 early 2000s when they were batting at 4 runs per over in those days. So we won our Adelaide test because Ricky Ponting scored a double hundred too quickly at a very quick rate. So we won that Adelaide test. It was only possible because Australia batted at that rate. So we have to be careful with this scoring rate and this whole idea that what happens, the egos come in with this new generation. They try to match. They try to match and they don't, if they think that we ended the first innings with a lead, we are on the ascendancy. That's when things can go really wrong and you can let go of the game. So this is a tricky situation. I think what in maybe what a seasoned captain would have done, like what MS Dhoni had done at Lords in 2014, Ishan to bowl just bouncers. Bowl to a plan. Just cut out the scoring opportunities. Let them make the mistakes. Let them come at you. Don't give them easy balls. So this is where Shubman Gill's captaincy will be tested. It's a lot more than 20 overs to manage the bowlers. I think that's a lot of time that he's spending on the field.
Yeah. Finally, Avijita, how do you see the test, the rest of the day panning out?
See, I'd be interested in seeing how Jadeja bowls, but Jadeja may not get too much of the ball because the second new ball is coming up, because he will be key. Whatever score we put up in the second innings, he will be the key. But he has not been, really his performance in England. Again, he has bowled 442 overs in England so far, and his 27 wickets have come at an average of 44. He doesn't have a single 5-wicket haul so far. So, that's what we are, true that Ruff is there outside the off stump for the left-handers, but this match can have any of the three results now. I think we are just a little ahead at the moment, but in the second innings, England will continue to bat the way it has batted in the first innings. They will come all guns blazing. And another thing, the catching part, we are a B-grade fielding side. We have to accept that. We don't have quality catchers. The ground fielding is not A class. So out of the 10 innings that we will be playing in this on this tour, I think we will have only 1 or 2 good innings where we will take all our catches. We will be dropping catches. And you cannot afford to drop catches when anyway you have a B-grade bowling attack. And the sad part is that our catches have been dropped by our best fielders actually in this innings. So let us hope for the best, but we should not be very surprised if the worst happens.
Well, the fielding coach, if he spends less time making reels and giving away awards, then we'll probably have more focus on the fielding. Let's hope for the best. We'll be back again tomorrow with our show Beyond the Boundary. Till then, take good care of yourselves. That's it for today. Thanks a lot, Avijita, Dwepen, Aruni, and Nitin. And all of you sitting at home, remember, like, share, and subscribe, comment, and be part of the conversation right through this India tour of England. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Till then, take very good care of yourself.